guys. So today I would like to share with you, I figured I would call this video unboxing my new life, but I'm not going to be like opening literal cardboard boxes here. I'm just going to be showcasing what I got. I'm gonna give you like a pretty solid story time, and I guess I'll explain a bit more. I will show you why I got those specific products, if there was an actual reason for it. I know that what I'm going to do is going to be very offensive and upsetting to a lot of people, but I have to do this for myself and for my children. I hope you can understand and get on board with me, or don't, but either way, I'm just letting you know that I know that you're probably going to be pretty upset. So with that being said, let's get started. So I got paper towels for obvious reasons. After I show you an item, I'll just like throw it over there so I can make space for the other stuff. Plenty of paper towels. I'm gonna need more than this, but this is good to start. And then I got cling film, plastic wrap to protect my surfaces for my clients. Gloves, no glove, scissors. Okay, distilled water. I got 2 for now. This is barrier film. It's like self-adhesive barrier film. Self-adhesive barrier film, just for random things that I need to protect. Okay, I got the cheapest Canon printer that I could get my hands on. It was like $40. I already installed it. It's right back there. So that's going to be very useful. I got that printer because I don't have like the funds to sort of have like a fancy stencil setup right now. I know that currently, like the new thing, I'm not sure how new it is, but people are using like the inkjet stencils and they're using the Brother printer system and stuff. Like I don't have $500, $600 to blow on something to make stencils. I'm just gonna freehand stencil. Some black bibs for my work surface. I got 2 dispenser bottles. One will be for distilled water, the other will be for green soap. And I got Nico Hurtado stencil stuff. It's not stencil stuff, it's stencil solution. Nico Hurtado stencil solution. I've used stencil stuff in the past, but this one I wanted to try out. I support Nico, he seems like a really nice guy. So I decided I want to try this. And I heard really good things about this specific product, so I'm gonna try Anchored. So just to let you guys know, I did a tattoo apprenticeship a while back, almost like 5 years ago. The thing is it didn't last that long. Like I didn't finish my apprenticeship, but I have a whole story time. I'm gonna explain to you what happened with that. But some of these products that I'm using here, I've gotten some of them in America and I've gotten some of them here in this country that I'm in right now. For products that I'm gonna run through a lot, like green soap, I decided to like buy that locally so I can get used to the products here. And this brand, Tattoo Revive, the stores, they seem to all have a lot of Tattoo Revive products, like ointments and stuff like that. So for now, I'm just gonna use this Tattoo Revive green soap. Okay. Then for aftercare, I got Dermalize Pro. I decided to go with Dermalize Pro because the products that they have in this country that are similar to this, I've never heard of those brands, so I didn't want to like get something that I wasn't sure if it was gonna be alright. So I decided to go with this one just for the name, for the certainty. Okay, and then I got medium-sized ink caps and small ones. These ones are basically just going to be for white ink, and these ones are going to be for my gray wash. Cups for cleaning out my machine when I'm tattooing. I got these from Bishop actually. So I got three different kinds of fake skin to practice on because I've never touched skin before. I've touched fake skin once and I've touched an orange once, and it was with a coil machine, and that was pretty scary. It was like and I guess I'll share with you now like what I did during my apprenticeship. So my apprenticeship was a while ago. It was 2 separate artists, and so during my apprenticeship I was shadowing the artist, cleaning the shop, answering phones, running errands. I always had to get supplies for the shop and run errands around the city. I was in New York City at the time. Had to learn how to take apart the quill machine and put it back together, which I never actually learned how to do because it was so hard. I learned cross-contamination. I was cleaning tubes a lot. I was doing a lot of cleaning. I ended up getting my bloodborne pathogens license for New York City. So if I decide to tattoo in New York City again, I just have to renew my license because I already got my bloodborne pathogen license for New York City when I did my apprenticeship. So that's good, I guess. But so yeah, so I never actually tattooed skin. I never touched skin. I never actually got as far as the actual tattooing part. I was just like doing the apprentice thing, you know. And I'll explain to you why I never finished my apprenticeship. I guess it's kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is. I got a pound of flesh. I wasn't totally sure about which company to go with the fake skin, because I heard that Real Skin and a pound of flesh were like the top companies, but I also heard that any silicone skin is fine. So I got 1 silicone skin and I got 2 a pound of flesh. It's difficult to get a higher contrast in dark skin tones, so I wanted to just kind of mess with it and see what I can achieve. I got 1 of these and 1 of these, and I have 1 regular silicone skin. So I said before I'm gonna freehand my stencils, so I got a pack of stencil paper. So I got matte photo paper and regular paper. I heard that using photo paper to print out your reference photo makes it look more clear, but I've heard mixed things on whether or not I should use matte or gloss. I figured I would try out matte photo paper to start because I definitely don't think that I want my reference to be shiny. And if anything, I'm probably just gonna reference on my tablet instead of paper. So I decided to get regular and matte photo paper, and we'll see how that goes. These are just grip wraps. I got like a box of grip wraps. This is the Tattoo Revive brand antibacterial spray. And when I ordered my supply, I got like most of my supplies from Painful Pleasure, but when I ordered my stuff, they gave me, I guess, a sample world famous ink. I tried it on the fake skin. It's definitely not as pigmented as the Empire, so I don't know. I'll figure out how to incorporate it, I'm sure. So then I got clip cord sleeves, RCA cord bags. I was totally not sure. So I decided to go with Empire inks to try out first. I was not sure if I should try a gray wash set or if I should just do a drop system. I spoke to my old mentor and he told me that he thinks that I should just get a gray wash set. And I spoke to a bunch of different artists and they said different things. Different artists have different ways, but the general summary of everything that all the artists said was you just need something that's going to be consistent. So if you want to do a drop system and you feel as if that's consistent for you, then do that. If you want to stick to one company and just use that gray wash system, then do that. So I decided to go with Empire inks. And the only reason why I chose Empire inks is literally only because David Vega uses Empire inks. That's like the only basis for using Empire inks. Also, when I looked at the artists who use Empire ink, their portfolios, I thought the ink looked nice. I thought Panthera ink looked really nice too with Ralph Nonviler and this one other girl, Victoria something. After I finish this little set, I'll probably try out like Panthera ink maybe, and then after that I'll see which one, like how it heals and like which one I prefer the look of. So I'm starting off with Empire. So I got this Pink Glide. It's Pink Glide Inkies ointment to start off with. It smells like bubblegum, so I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it smells like bubblegum. So this is just razor blades. I just got 2 packs of razor blades for now. I can always get more later. And then these are, I could not figure out how to translate tongue depressors in Russian. Like, I could not find tongue depressors. I went to 2 different aptekas. I went to 2 different pharmacies to find tongue depressors. I looked online. I was Google translating to save my life to find tongue depressors so I can grab the ointment in a sterile way. So all I could come up with was this. I found this, and this is all I got. This is like for nail techs, like to push back the cuticle. I'm just gonna use that to remove the product from the container. This is the only thing that I can find that's even remotely comparable to like a Maticide, Cavicide. This is it. And I got 2 different products. Let me just open it first and I'll show you. It's difficult to like find the translations for products when you're in a different country. I know what they sell in America and what products that I could use in America to sterilize, but translating it, it's like, it's not the same thing. Like, you can't translate, like Maticide isn't anything in Russian. Like, there's like size, but they don't call it that. So this is basically a Maticide solution. This is also the same thing. These are the same product. I'm not sure why the colors are different, but they're the same thing. So I figured I was gonna get 2 of these, but then I figured I'll get 1 of these and 1 of these, and then I'll just use this as a spray bottle for this. And then this one is something similar. As far as the pharmacy technician was explaining, this is like a really strong disinfectant that they use in hospitals. So I'm gonna just alternate. Like, I'll just do this and then I'll do this, you know, like I'll do them both. And that's how I'm gonna be sterile for now. I plan to get into a shop when I get back to the States. Just for now, I'm gonna just use that. And then, so saving the best for last. I was researching, trying to figure out, do I want to go wireless or do I want a corded power supply? And I was thinking, I really wanted to get the Bishop's wireless batteries, but every time I would check when I was trying to get my stuff, they were always sold out. And I was like, I don't want to wait. And then I was thinking, you know what, it's probably for the best, because I would much rather start off my kit with a corded power supply, something that I know. Sorry, the camera cut off. I would much rather start off with a wired power supply, because then I know that no matter what, I'm gonna be all right for the most part. Like, obviously something might happen, but I feel like a wired power supply is with an RCA cord is going to be a lot more consistent than a battered power supply. I've heard a lot of mixed things about Critical, and my instinct just tells me start my kit off with a wired power supply, and then later I can get wireless. So I did a ton of research on what's like the best power supply on the market right now, and what I came up with is Musotoku, I think that's how you call it. This is like a limited edition gold one. I just picked like the sexiest one they had. They had a pink one and a black one, and I think a green one and a gold one, and I was like, gold, go with the gold. So I picked this one. It's really cute. It's pretty heavy actually, but it's really nice. So this is gonna be my power supply. I just found out that Bishop restocked their batteries and actually made them smaller, so I'm really excited to try out Bishop's batteries, but first I'm gonna start off with this. I plan to get another machine later. I'll probably get the Packer wand, but for now I just got Bishop's shader wand. I plan to just focus on black and gray realism, specifically portraits. So I figured start off with the shader wand. So I'll show you guys that. It comes with an RCA cord. I heard these RCA cords are really, really great. And here's the machine. It's really hot. I'll show you guys like close-up footage, not just in my hand. Okay, so there's that. And then, so there's my machine. And then also, I got this shirt from Pooch, if you guys know who Pooch is. I was like stalking. I kind of like any artist that... Oh, he sent me stickers too. Oh, look at the stickers. I'll show you guys the stickers up close. And I guess it's a lanyard. Oh, this is nice. This is actually a genuine reaction because Prestige Studios. Wow, I feel so fancy now. Prestige. Wow, I feel like part of a club. This is awesome. So thank you. If you ever see this video, Pooch, thank you so much for this stickers and for the shirt. So like I've been like sort of stalking artists that I admire. And when I say stalking, I don't mean like in a way where they have to worry about their safety. I mean stalking as in if they are trying to share any information, I am there and ready and willing to listen to it. So I just happened to be in one of Pooch's his live streams, and he like played a song and said whoever guesses this song gets a free shirt, and I guessed the song. So he sent me this shirt. And look at like the packaging. It has like his logo on it. It's really nice. And sticker. And here's his shirt. I'm probably gonna like cut it up or something and like kind of put my own spin on it. But here's the shirt. It's so soft. And the back says, appreciate the art. This is really nice. So thank you for the shirt, Pooch. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to rock it. I feel like squad. Okay. So for my needles, I decided to go with Bishop's Da Vinci needles. This fly is like ruining my scene. I decided to go with Bishop's Da Vinci needles because I was like certain that it would be fine with the wand. That's the only reason why I went with that. And also I got 2 packs of Quadrant needles. I heard really great things about Quadrant liners, so I wanted to try out Quadrant. So I got the needle sizing that I got doesn't make any sense. I didn't really know what to pick. I was just kind of guessing what I thought I was gonna use, just based off of artists that I follow and what they use and like their sizing that they tattoo in. That's how I made my decision. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to do micro portraits or if I wanted to do like talking is hard. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do micro portraits or if I wanted to do like regular size portraits like David Vega or something. I wasn't sure. So I decided to like be prepared to do both. So I got 1 round liners. This is 30s. Then I got 3 round liner. This is 25s. Okay, and then I got 1 box of 21 curved mag. So everything's bug pin, so I'm not gonna say bug pin, but 21 curved mags. I got 1 box of that, and I'm upset that I only got 1 box. I should have got 2. I should have got 1 box of 21 curved mag and got 1 box of 15 curved mag, because I see a lot of artists that use 15s or 17 curved mags. And like after using this 21 curved mag on the fake skin, I realized that if it was just a little bit smaller, I could do a lot more with it. So, but this is really useful, 21 curved mag. And then I got an 11 curved mag. Then I got 2 5 curved mags, which are cute. They're useful. They're definitely useful. 2 boxes of 9 curved mag and 1 box of a 7 curved mag. So I'm gonna obviously need a lot more of these, and I'm definitely want to try out like 15s and 17 curved mag. I feel like that will be perfect for what I'm like for the portraits. But the 21 curved mag, I feel like I could probably go a little bit bigger. When I was tattooing the fake skin, I already was like messing with the fake skin before filming this. I feel like a 15 or 17 curved mag would be perfect, and also having a mag that's bigger than 21 would be perfect. So I'll obviously use this, and then when I have to restock, I'll get bigger and smaller. So those are the supplies that I'm starting off with. And also I seen one artist, he said it's fine to work on glass. So I have this piece of glass here, and I'll just like, and it's like I can move it around. Well, it's like stuck to the plastic right now, but I have this piece of glass here. I'm just gonna use this to work on. When I get to the States, then I'll focus on like a station and stuff. However, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, if I'm gonna go into a shop or if I'm gonna like be in a private situation. I'll probably go to a shop first because I don't have anything. Like I don't have clientele. I don't have, I don't have anything to start off with. So I'm just gonna probably go to a shop. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, so I guess I can tell you guys why I never finished my tattoo apprenticeship, but I guess I'll tell you that while I finish working on the fake skin. So right now I'm just doing my stencil. I'm just gonna outline the general shapes. Like I'm just doing it the traditional way. I guess the old school way. Like the shapes that I see, I'm just drawing a line over them, and then any values and like shading that I see, I'm just gonna do like a dotted line. Then you can just like see like that. I decided to do my first portrait as Josephine Baker. I just feel like sort of inspired by her these days. I really love old school photography. Something about old school photography, it's just, I find it very attractive. I'm just like cross-checking it like this. You can also put it up to the light too. So here's my fake skin. I've already sort of been messing with it a bit, but it's like trying to get some good shots for you. I'm just gonna do this, then I'll wash my hands after I do this part. So I'm just putting a little bit of solution, just like a tiny bit. Show you my stencil. I think it's better than nothing. It smells like the dentist. Black. Oops. That's 5 cents. Just kidding. There's the inks. A little messy, but that's fine. Now I need to wrap my clipboard. In the hole. This is probably gonna take a minute. So power. It's like, it's really sexy. Okay. So here's my water. I've seen somebody like do this. They'll put like tape on their cartridge packaging to hold up their needles to keep them organized while they're working. And then barrier film that thing. Like such. Then I can still turn to adjust the needle depth, and then I'm gonna make my grip. Hold on, I just want to try this. I'm not going to be doing this for long, so I'm not going to bother making it super thick, but next thing I'm going to do is tattoo myself after this, and I'll make the grip thick for that. Dude, this fly needs to die. I've actually been using the reference on my tablet for this because this reference that I use for a stencil, it's great for mapping out the stencil, but I also need to use reference on my tablet for to see like the shading where it stops, sort of. Like I need to see more than just that. So I just been doing this, and then here's where I'm at so far. I need to sort of like darken things up a little. There's so many mistakes that I've made already, but thankfully it's just fake skin. So while I talk to you guys, I'll like darken things up on this. So I'll tell you guys now why I never finished my apprenticeship. Yay. So, alright, so let me get my reference photo going. I definitely won't use my tablet while I'm tattooing. If I do decide to use my tablet when I tattoo real people, I will wrap it in plastic, don't worry. I know this is disgusting if I'm touching everything. Okay, so, photos. That's good. So moving on to why I never finished my apprenticeship. So I told you guys all the stuff that I did during my apprenticeship for the most part. Towards the end of that, after I had tattooed, I was practicing line work on fake skin, but I couldn't do it at all. It was like a one-time thing. Like I just was like trying to do a line with the claw machine. And then the guys were saying, I don't think you can hear me over the machine. Sorry, okay. So the guys were telling me, get to your equipment. They were trying to help me pick out my equipment. One of the artists, he gave me a machine, like one of his machines, and they said, when I'm ready to order my equipment, let them know. They'll help me pick what's the best equipment to pick. So I was supposed to get my equipment, but I never did because I didn't have money to do that. I was actually paying to be in that shop, like over $200 a week to be in that shop. I know it's like controversial. I hear mixed opinions on whether or not you're supposed to pay for an apprenticeship. Some people say you're supposed to just be gifted the apprenticeship by like having an artist, an established artist who believes in you teach you how to tattoo, and in exchange for working around the shop, they will teach you how to tattoo. Others say you can just pay. One day when I get further in all of this, I will share with you guys all the things that I've done to try to get an apprenticeship and all the things that I went through trying to get an apprenticeship. I was trying to tattoo since like the late 90s. Like I used to get chased out of tattoo shops. Like grown men used to chase me out of their shops. I used to I used to walk into random tattoo shops with like this little like bullshit portfolio of my drawings, my little trashy drawings. I'm so hard on myself. They were not that good. My drawings were not that good. I thought they were, but they were not that good. So I used to go into shops all the time, over and over and over again, begging for an apprenticeship, and like I went through so much stuff, but eventually I found these guys. This was later. This was like 5 years ago. I found those 2 guys to teach me, but I was paying to be there. In my opinion, I feel like you are learning a trade. You pay to go to university. You pay for like technical school. You pay to learn a trade. In most cases, when you're trying to learn something, you will pay for it. So I didn't think there was anything wrong with paying for an apprenticeship, paying to be taught how to tattoo. I didn't think there's anything wrong with that. But the problem was I was in New York City, and just me being in New York City in general, I had no business really being there. I had nowhere to live. When I first started my apprenticeship, I had consistent income, but towards the end, I pretty much lost that. Everything went to shit, basically. My whole life went to shit, and I was homeless. Towards the end, when one of the artists told me not to come back to the shop, I was like sleeping on the subway. If you're ever homeless, people say that the subway is not like a safe place. In my experience, I never experienced anything bad on the subway. Like, I used to get on the A train, and I would catch it from Washington Heights all the way to Far Rockaway every night. And it didn't last that long. I was like sleeping on the A train for maybe like a month, and no one ever bothered me. No one ever really like. One lady offered me a sandwich. I accepted, and but that's not a bother. She was trying to help me. This other guy, I remember, he was like offended that I felt comfortable sleeping in front of him on the subway. We were like close. We were pretty close to Far Rockaway, and he kept trying to wake me up. He was like, ma'am, don't sleep on the subway. It's not safe. You got your purse just sitting there. Anybody can just snatch it. Someone could hurt you. Don't sleep on the subway. And I was like, yes, sir, I understand. I understand. Thank you. And I just fell back to sleep. I just fell back asleep again. And he kept trying to wake me up and tell me stop sleeping. And then he stood up because he was about to get off for his stop. He was like, ma'am, I'm about to get off. Where's your stop at? Did you miss your stop? And I was like, sir, I don't have a stop. And he was like, damn, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, I don't have a stop. He's like, you're homeless? And I was like, yeah. And he was like so confused. Like, he seemed like he couldn't believe it. And then he said, he's like, if I had my own place, I'd let you come stay with me. And I was just like, it's fine, sir. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm gonna be all right. And he was like, are you sure? At this point, the train conductor's like yelling for him to move out of the way of the closing doors. Please stand clear of the closing doors. The conductor's like on the microphone, like, move away from the doors. He's like holding the doors open just to like figure out what the hell am I doing. And I was just like, I'm good, sir. And then he's like, holy shit. I had to like yell at him, like, I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'm not a victim here, sir. I'm just sleeping on the subway. It's fine. It's not a big deal. And yeah, so that was the only situation I ever encountered on the subway. That was all. My initial plan was to just sleep at the subway station, like, say like Midtown, like say like Times Square station, like just sleep there. But there was always these like massive rats, and like when I would sit at the benches, the rats, they would like run past you, and I was afraid if I fell asleep, the rats would like try to climb up and like eat my brain. So I didn't want to sleep on the subway station. So my next best idea was to sleep in the train, like on the train while it's running. So that was a great idea. That worked out for a while. I later resorted to worse places to sleep, but I'm not going to go that far into what I was doing. But yeah, so most days around like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning is when people would start getting on the subway for work. And that was like my cue to like get up and start my day, whatever that meant. Like just go. Usually what I would do is after people would start getting on the subway for work, I would just transfer trains and I would head over to where the shop was at. So I would like sit outside the shop in front. The shop didn't open until 11. So I would sit outside in the shop at like, by the time I got to the shop, it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I would just sit outside on the curb in front of the shop on the street in disgusting New York City, and I would just do my homework assignments. I would draw. I would just sit there on the curb drawing. A few times the guys would walk up as they went to go open shop and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But they'd be like, "Okay." Like, that's disgusting. But I was doing my assignments. That was like my only opportunity that I had to draw, because I was supposed to be drawing every day, and I was also like trying to figure out how to make money at the same time. Like, I was just like such a hot mess, and I was in a very dark place at that time. I was like having like family issues, and I was just struggling a lot. And I never got my equipment, and I just had like the biggest attitude. I was like just not a positive person to be around, I guess. Yeah, so one day I like was in the shop, and I told one of the artists, I was like, I learned how to tattoo more on YouTube than I do in the shop. And he was like, okay, so go learn how to tattoo on YouTube then. So from there, like, they told me don't come back to the shop. Since then, they've invited me back to the shop to finish my apprenticeship, but I never was in a situation where I could go back to the shop and pay to be there and provide for myself and have a place to live in expensive ass New York City. Like, I just never had a situation where I could afford to get all of my equipment and just like do everything. So I just never ended up finishing my apprenticeship. But I mean, I learned a lot. I never actually, but so also I want to say, I know I thanked you guys before, like all you guys who support my art, like whether you just like watch a video or like a video or any of my content that I put out, or if you purchase a print for me, you commission me for a painting or a drawing, or purchase my original art. I just want to say thank you again, because I'm such a loser. Because of you guys supporting my art, that I literally, the money that I had from selling my art, I literally saved all of it, and that's how I was able to get all of this stuff. Like, that's literally the only reason why I was able to buy any of this stuff, is because of you guys purchasing my art. So I just want to say thank you again. And stop being a loser, Rachel. Okay, so yeah, so where was I going with this? For a while, I haven't tried to pursue tattooing in so long, because for a while after all that had happened, I told myself that it's fine. I don't want to tattoo anyway, because I don't like people. I was like, I have severe social anxiety. I cannot be in the presence of someone else that close, like within my bubble, within this small vicinity. I cannot be that close to people for hours upon hours. I will lose my mind. I am shaking at the thought of being around other living beings. But I told myself, like, come on now. Like, recently I had this conversation with myself. I'm just like, the best way to conquer your fear is to face it head on. You cannot possibly be serious right now. Tattoo or die. I'm very dramatic, but this is just my thought process. Like, it's not that serious. I figured like I'll just sculpt and paint and be alone. But this past like year and some change, I've realized like I've been just creating art, painting and sculpting alone in my apartment on my own. And the solitude is like, at first it was peaceful, but then I realized like I'm not that kind of person. Like, I need human interaction. I definitely think that I thrive off of human interaction and engagement with other living beings. Yes, painting and sculpting in silence sometimes is nice, but I feel like for the most part, as a career for the rest of my life, like I cannot see myself just doing that and only that. I need to like be on the move. I need to like make moves and like go out and like, I said like 10 times. I need to go out and have human interaction and express my art that way. And I think that tattooing is a great way to do that and to just build connection with others. And I can't just be like a fine artist. I would lose my mind. I've been losing my mind. Some of you probably already know. But anyway, so also I like tattooing as a medium because it's a faster medium than oil painting. At least, like, I don't paint alla prima, so painting with oils, the way that I paint and sculpt, they are slow mediums. So tattooing is like you got 8 to 10 hours, like, and then you're done. Or you can do like multiple sessions, you know, but for the most part, it's a faster medium. There's no dry times. It's just, here we are. I'm done. Okay, I'm rambling. So I'm excited to see where this is gonna go. For now, my plan right now is to simply just work on the locals in the village and just charge like a small setup fee just to replace my equipment, like my inks and my needles, ointments and stuff. I'm just gonna charge like a small fee because people around here don't really have much money. But just to build up a portfolio, I need to build up like a small portfolio, and then I'll go back to the States and get into a shop. So that's my plan. I know that I have options of shops that I can already go to. Like, I know that I have support in this, which is why I decided to go full force and pursue it. Like, I'm not just like, in my mind, I'm gonna be a tattoo artist. Like, I know that I have support from other artists. The artists that initially I apprenticed with, there's a chance that you guys might know who they are, so I respect their privacy, so I won't like say where I was at or anything like that. But anything else that I want to say in this video? This was a really hard video for me to make, but I'm glad that I did. I know that tattooing on fake skin is nothing like real skin, but I think it's safe to say that I won't have to get back on the A train. Right, Josephine? We're not going back on the A train. Nah, girl, you good. Alright, so I'm just gonna finish this up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Thanks.